Hey guys, PIEGUYRULZ here, and recently I called out Nickelodeon, the company, on its bad business practices. And in the interest of fairness, as well as a few things happening recently, I figure I might as well give Cartoon Network the same treatment. Who knows, maybe this will become some sort of weird, horrible Thanksgiving tradition on my channel. Anyway, the reason why I harp on Nickelodeon again and again, and Cartoon Network not quite as much, is because I do genuinely believe that Nickelodeon is the worst company. I believe that they are a lot worse when it comes to treating their creators and treating their shows. But, like I said in that video, Nickelodeon, as well as Cartoon Network and, well, most companies, are very secretive about how they do business. They don't let certain details get out to the public. They have creators and other people that work for them sign NDAs so that they can't go spilling the beans on all of their shady practices. So, for all I know, Cartoon Network could be completely awful to all of its creators all the time, but I can only work with what I know here, and of the shady Cartoon Network stuff that's come out, I still think Nickelodeon looks a lot worse. And like the Nickelodeon video, I'm not talking about the quality of their programming right now, I'm talking about the business decisions they've made. And something I should clarify with people saying, oh, it's not Nickelodeon's fault, it's Viacom's fault. Listen, I'm talking about the same people. I don't know how much a hand the parent companies, Time Warner in the case of Cartoon Network, or Viacom on Nickelodeon, actually play in specific business decisions. But my entire point with all of this is just about whoever is running these things, whatever executives make these decisions, whether it be the people that work at the network proper, or the messages that descend from on high of the executives that run the media conglomerates that own Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network respectively. So when talking about Cartoon Network's bad business practices, of course, the number one thing that just has to be mentioned is the fact that Teen Titans Go is slowly taking over the network. If there was anything comparable to what Nickelodeon is doing with SpongeBob, it is how Cartoon Network has been treating Teen Titans Go. In fact, this Thanksgiving weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, will be literally nothing but Teen Titans Go and Adult Swim. And even on their normal schedule, they air Teen Titans Go a lot. So much so that you hardly even ever see Adventure Time, Steven Universe, or Regular Show, which are all three currently still airing new episodes. I don't think it's quite as bad as what Nickelodeon has done with SpongeBob in the past, but Teen Titans Go does get frequent marathons and does dominate a lot of the schedule. Teen Titans Go isn't even a Cartoon Network original. It is produced by Warner Brothers Animation, which is still owned by the same parent company, but the point is that Teen Titans Go gets featured heavily in advertising and promotional material where most shows that aren't Cartoon Network originals get completely ignored. Now, to be entirely fair, as much as Teen Titans Go is disliked, it is liked by a lot of people and does do very well for Cartoon Network. So it is justifiable to an extent why they would air Teen Titans Go so much, but even for a popular show, Teen Titans Go gets a lot of focus, and it really does shove out some of the other shows on Cartoon Network. And unlike SpongeBob, it's still yet to be seen whether or not Teen Titans Go is a passing fad. So it is justifiable that they'd promote the show and air the show a lot, but not to the extent that they do. And I definitely hope that they pull back at some point. Next, I want to talk about what happened with Adventure Time recently. So, as I mentioned, the show hardly gets aired on Cartoon Network, even though it's still currently airing new episodes and will be for at least another year and a half. But worse than the fact that they're not airing reruns is that they've actively kind of shot themselves in the foot with the latest new episodes. You know, the big two-part season finale, Pre-Boot and Reboot. The episode before the finale aired on July 7th. For some reason, Cartoon Network decided to hold the two-part finale for 4 months and then do very little to no promoting of it. This led to that finale getting the lowest ratings in all of Adventure Time's history, at only 0.77 million viewers. To put it in perspective, the show has never even dipped below 1 million viewers on initial airing until season 7. And although I do personally believe that the show has gone downhill a bit, the reason for such poor viewership turnout is definitely because of the way Cartoon Network decided to handle it. It's so strange too, because we know Adventure Time is getting a season 8 and 9. This isn't Cartoon Network trying to bury a show just as it's dying. There's still a lot more episodes they have to air. It's just odd to see it get this treatment and have been greenlit for even more episodes. Heck, if they wanted to just bury the finale, why didn't they just air it after Daddy-Daughter Card Wars in July? It just makes no sense why they would hold it for months months and then not even promote it or do anything with it. And lastly, I want to talk about something that happened earlier this year regarding Uncle Grandpa. Thanks again to a Cartoon Brew article, which was how I found out about this. So basically, Cartoon Network announced that Uncle Grandpa was renewed for a fourth and fifth season. But what actually happened was the show was indeed canceled, and Cartoon Network had decided to split seasons 2 and 3 in half so that they could proclaim that they had picked up the show for seasons 4 and 5, even though in reality the show only ever had 3 seasons of 52 episodes each. And Cartoon Network decided to announce that they had seasons 4 and 5 at around the same time that they were actually ending production on the show. So basically, Cartoon Network decided to stretch out a few seasons into a few more seasons just so they could say that they had renewed the show, when in reality they had actually ended it. Which of course Cartoon Network has every right to do, but the way they presented it was definitely disingenuous. The Cartoon Brew article even claims that Cartoon Network lied to us. And while this doesn't really change my opinion of Uncle Grandpa ending in general, that is to say, I personally think 3 52-episode seasons is more than enough for a show like Uncle Grandpa, it still is a bummer that Cartoon Network decided to pull this weird stunt, especially considering that after this was found out, it definitely came back to bite him in the butt and was not worth the good press of the show being quote-unquote renewed for 2 more seasons. So there you have it, the business side of Cartoon Network is far from perfect. They also do annoying, scummy things just like Nickelodeon, and I'm sure Disney XD, though I won't be covering that. But like I've said a few times in the video, I don't think Cartoon Network is anywhere near as bad as Nickelodeon. Cartoon Network does have a wide variety of cartoons and has had a large number of shows get beyond 2 and 3 and 4 seasons. They don't immediately cancel something if it's not a huge success. And if the pilots they've been putting out on their YouTube channel are any indication, they definitely are seeking out new and original concepts. Not to mention shows like Ed, Edd n Eddy and Adventure Time that Nickelodeon passed on and went on to become 2 huge hits for Cartoon Network. I hope I didn't bum anyone out with these 2 videos, but I think it's good to keep perspective, and it is our responsibility as fans of these networks to call them out and criticize them when they deserve it. And with that, PIEGUYRULZ, out.